You serious?
Hello, Marcus Bronzy here. This is How to Kill an Hour, and today we are joined by producer
Bill. How's it going? You good?
Yeah, man. I'm all good, Billy. Now, this episode's coming out before Christmas, but because it's the last episode before Christmas, I feel like we should get a bit Christmassy in here. Do you agree?
Yes. Let's get Christmassy.
Right,
up in this bitch.
Up in this biatch. We're joined today by Mo the comedian. He popped in a little while back to join me and Funk Butcher and have a little chat about his brand new, and it's still very new as well, Netflix stand-up special, Momentum. So make sure you check that out over Christmas when you do get the chance. But you know what, Bill? Before we get into talking to Mo or playing out the interview with Mo, I think it's good for us to have our little killer bit of some bits that we think are worthwhile to get your hands on over Christmas. What are you thinking, Bill?
Definitely. Let's crack on.
Let's crack on with that. Before I do that, what's your Christmas plans, Billy?
Sit at home, relax, and just do nothing.
Do nada. Are you going to be partaking in a beverage or two?
Yes, I will.
What will be your Christmas tipple, Bill? What are we going for?
A bit of brew dog.
Brew dog? Which one? The non-alcoholic one?
No.
Nanny State?
No, I can't remember exactly which one it was. It's got a blue label and it's very, very nice. It's got like a nice sweet taste to it.
Is that the Elvis? There's one called Elvis juice or something like that.
No. It's not.
Well, let's find out, man. Don't be telling me you're just going to have the blue label brew dog.
It's very nice, man. It's very, very nice. Go
on, describe the flavour to me while I try and find this for you.
It's very sweet. It's got like a bit slight aftertaste to it.
Yeah, sweet with an aftertaste, right? Gonna need a bit more than that. Is it an IPA?
It's an IPA.
Is it a punk IPA?
Yes, that's the one.
That's the one, the punk IPA. All right, so you're an IPA drinker?
I don't know. It's just a lager. It looks like lager to me, so I thought, well, I'll have it.
Do you know what it stands for, IPA?
No.
Indian Pale Ale.
Is it?
Yeah, Indian Pale Ale. That's what it is. And it's got like, I don't call it this, but my mate says it's got a soapy taste to it, which I don't think is a good selling point.
Soapy? No.
Yeah, he says it's soapy.
No.
Do you know what he means though? Like, it's not soapy, but I get what he means, but I don't think it's the right word to describe it. It's like when somebody says, oh, that cake's got an earthy taste. It's all right, innit? But if they say tastes like the floor, wrong word. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
If it tastes like the curb, if I gave you a bit of cake and said, it's a bit curby, innit? You'd be like, no. Earthy? Yes. So soapy isn't the right word, but I don't know what the word is for it, but it's got a nice little to it.
I don't know. I would recommend it to anyone.
All right,
it's,
cool.
It's a nice taste.
Case of that coming your way for Christmas then, Bill. Sorted, mate. Get me. So beers and chilling. I'm going to be on a cognac. Actually, you know what I did? I took home off the shelf the bottle of whiskey that the Glassmates brought us on that show that they were on with us earlier on in the year.
Have you cracked it open yet?
Well, they cracked it open for the show, so we had a little tasting, but we only had like fifth of it. So there's that in there. So I've got some really nice whiskey. Got some family coming over, and you know they're gonna let them enjoy that. But yeah, I'm ready to go for Christmas. I think what's fair is the things that we'll talk about before we get Mo on this episode are things that you probably could enjoy, apart from the first thing, over the Christmas period. Right?
Definitely.
All right, this first thing you cannot enjoy over the Christmas period because it's out next year. It is the Marvel Avengers game. Now, there's been a lot of hype about it. We here at How to Kill an Hour have had a very exclusive hands-on with the game, actually, haven't we, Bill?
Yes, and I very much enjoyed it. To be honest.
more than once. In fact, you know what, Bill? We should throw in a clip here. I know it's going to make the episode really long. We had an interview with Sean Escoffery, the lead creative. Yeah.
Let's slap it in. So
yeah,
you're
slap
hear
it in, yeah.
Right about now.
Yeah. Well, not now. Not now either. Not now. Before we press play on it, can I just say, really enjoyed the game. Can't wait for it to come out next year. What do you think, Bill?
It's definitely. I'm always on the lookout for co-op games with my friends, and I've been playing a bit of the Division 2 lately. I've got back into that. Really enjoying that co-op game. Yeah. And I played The Way Out last year.
Sick co-op game.
That was a lot of fun.
Break out of jail.
And we're always on the lookout for like good co-op games. There's not a lot of them out there, and I think The Avengers is going to be the co-op game to play with your friends. Even if you're not a massive massive comic book fan, I still think you'll enjoy this.
Yeah, man. I think the hardest thing for this game was to get over the fact that Endgame came out last year or this year, and everybody's been with those Marvel characters for 10 years. So it's really hard to kind of invest in the computer game version of these. But once, I think, when it comes out next year in May 2020, and we get our hands on this game and we experience the Marvel superheroes that we're familiar with and other ones that we may not be so familiar with, like Kamala Khan, stuff like that. It's going to be a really good look. Anyway, Bill, can you please press play on our interview with Sean Escoffery, and we'll have a little chat there about the Marvel Avengers game, brought to you, that event, by Virgin. Didn't get paid to say that, but they're nice guys.
Capturing the Avengers, making sure that they feel like individuals, making sure that they all live in that one world, so it doesn't feel like, say, an Iron Man game or a Hulk game or a Cap game, but it feels like all of their game. Making sure that we've captured their personality, their power, their might on the stick, so that the players can relate to that particular power. Like, running down the Golden Gate Bridge as the Hulk, for example, versus fighting as Widow on the bridge, versus flying through and dodging stuff as Iron Man, right? So those were the challenges we knew we had from the beginning. We went in, like most developers, like, oh my God, it's Avengers. We've got to do this and we got to do that, and you're going to play as Iron Man, you're going to play as Hulk. And pretty soon the reality of keeping all these unique characters, have them traverse the same space, and it was a huge design challenge, huge game. The guys at Crystal just killed it. They did an amazing job.
How do you think your cinema background, your film background, your movie background helped this development?
Yeah, it's both, right? So it's like learning is constant with cinema or cinematography and storytelling for me. Like, I feel like games offer a new challenge of that. Not only do you have to show, but you have to feel and play as well. And the integration of it is always a constant challenge. But I think there is a bit of fortunateness on my part, if you will, on coming from a film background, coming from a cinematography background and a storytelling background that, helps, push and evolves that even further. And likewise, the actual medium itself evolves me, it pushes me and challenges me. So it's kind of a great partnership right now for me.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it's good to see you stepping out your comfort zone, and it's a big step, isn't it? Really?
It is, and especially to really wrap your head around the experiential part of gameplay, and that's something that films don't have. So having this new medium where I can play sad, I can play broken, I can play not 100%, and then build that up. That's a whole new storytelling avenue that just don't happen in film.
Definitely. And with regards to stories as well, it's fair to say that the Marvel universe is enormous, right? There's a lot to draw from. And obviously with this game, you've paid homage to some of the well-documented ones, whether it be through print or film. But you also got to shine some light on a character, Kamala. And can you just talk us through that process? I think that's a really nice touch that you've added in.
Yeah, Kamala Khan, she is a favorite for me. This young, first-generation, immigrant, comes from a strict cultural background. She's desperate to fit in. All the perfect setup for a great sort of coming of age story. And we didn't set out to do it, but it naturally progressed that way. She goes to A-Day seeking sort of validation. She has this comic book. She's like, if I win this contest, I'll be normal again. I can fit in with my American friends, right? I'm a fan of the Avengers, and she's so seeking validation. And the irony is that on A-Day, the disaster happens. She gets exposed to Terrigen. She's now inhuman, even further outcast, and still this character is able to see past all of this, and her resilience and her need to solve and accept these heroes for who they are is what basically indirectly makes her unite and reassembles these Avengers, and that's amazing.
Exactly. From what I've seen from her, you've given her this feel where she's vulnerable because she's a young person, but she's also extremely powerful. So how did you balance that out?
Yeah, it's a constant balance, right? Like, she even for the character herself in the game, she is struggling with that power, right? Can she control it? Is it dangerous? Is she dangerous? Is she infected, or is this just who she is? That's been sort of the crux of the story, or the sort of like self-acceptance in the face of adversity, right? Like, just having that, knowing that these qualities is that you feel maybe make you awkward are actually the differential or the things that make you the hero, make you special, make you part of the Avengers.
So I think it's a great story for us to cover. In terms of visually, many people have seen the A-Day section of games. Some people have been privileged to play Kamala, like I have as well. But what can we expect visually from the game that, what can you give us a taste of that we haven't seen yet?
Oh, there's a lot you haven't seen yet. And in fact, that's just the tip of the iceberg of the story and of the game. The game is global, first of all. There's a lot of different environments we explore. There's urban environments, there's deserts, there's water, ocean environments. So there's a lot of stuff to see and feel visually. But the story evolves. This world without superheroes, it has serious consequences. We start to see a lot deeper those consequences. What the other answer to the superheroes, which is this world protected by science, what that answer becomes, seeing how it corrupts and corrupts those around it. I think those journeys are going to be exceptionally fun for the player.
I mean, it feels like we're in a superhero universe, but there's definitely some parallels with regards to what's going on in their universe and what's happening here in the real world.
Absolutely, and we can't help as storytellers be influenced by that. But those things, those seep in anyway. But the true core is more embracing your power, embracing the hero inside of us. And by doing so, becoming greater than ourselves. And that's ultimately what the crux of the story is.
Awesome. Right, before I go, I just got to ask you, how does it feel knowing that you're setting the benchmark for Marvel games, you and your team? How does that feel? For me personally, that's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. And the team feels it, the studio feels it, I feel it. But it is what drives us to perfection. It is what creates pushing that envelope. The fans push us more than, because we are fans too. Internally, externally, there's always a drive to make perfection, and we'll continue to do that.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for the game. I look forward to it, man.
I can't wait for you to play it. Seriously, it's going to be awesome.
So there you go, Marvel Avengers out May 2020. Now, another thing that I think you'd enjoy this Christmas is the Philips Hue Sync Box. Now, the Philips Hue Sync Box is an HDMI sync box, a cool piece of kit that syncs what you see on your screen with your Hue lighting. Just to recap, Hue lighting is smart lighting. Stop me if I'm wrong anywhere, Bill, and I'm unclear, because some people still are not aware of the greatness of Hue. So Hue lights are smart lights. They started off being lights that you could turn off and on with your app, dim with your app, but then now they've added colours to them. Right, Bill?
Yes.
And Hue have been letting us do more and more with those. So using speakers to make the lights dance, using your own kind of coding to make your lights set in your own way. Or me, I like to have my lights set with voice commands of my choice. So I'm like, hey Siri, sexy time in the lounge. And then I get sexy lights in the lounge. Cheesy in it when I say that out loud. Not one for the ladies. Anyway, so so when we got told about this Hue Sync box, they were like, it's a HDMI sync box. What HDMI sync box does in essence is you plug in all of your HDMI devices. So your Xbox, your PlayStation, your Nintendo Switch dock, your Sky, your Now TV, for example. And then what this does is it hubs all of those into one single HDMI thing that you plug into your TV. So all the units go into your box, the box goes into your TV. Now what this also does is allows you to sync what is on your screen with the lights. So the lights will, once you program them in and use the app to tell them where the lights are in your room, if your screen has a lot of blue on it, they have a lot of blue on them. If there's an explosion, you get a lot of orange and yellow in them. Now, sounds really simple. And it is relatively simple to set up. So I tried it out with an LED strip behind the TV and some sidebar lights that Philips provided to us. And I thought it was really cool. I've been watching Christmassy movies because it's a Christmas time of year. Die Hard, Christmas, which is officially a Christmas film, Bill. Are you with me? Is that Christmas?
I'm not disputing that.
Cool, thank you very much. I didn't want to get into an argument on Christmas time. But yeah, I've been watching it with it and it's pretty cool. And I think the big thing people were asking me about was, does it distract you? And if you, put it to its maximum setting, it's quite distracting. But you can adjust it to have it kind of less intense and less crazy. And one setting that I did like is music mode. So same way that it uses the kind of information from the image on the screen. If you're playing Spotify through, like I got an NVIDIA Shield, Spotify through by NVIDIA Shield, it will pick up the audio and kind of the lights will dance to the music. So it's like party vibes for Christmas are set, mate. It's the one. I like it.
Excuse me. I've seen the YouTube video of the review we did of what's in the box, and it does look pretty sick, to be honest. I would like my own set one day, Philips. When you send
Listen in, Philips. Don't forget when I shave my balls before, yeah. And
it does look very, very good. I mean, I could see myself. I don't know, maybe turning the lights off, whacking on Division 2 or something, and then playing it. It does look very immersive, especially when, like some people say, if it is too intense, you can turn it down. So, but you're viewing most of the screen. I don't think many people would pay much attention to the lights around it. It's designed to get you more immersed in what you watch. It's not designed to distract from it. So Philips know what they're doing. They're not going to make you distract from what you're watching. I wouldn't be too worried about that.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, you can, like you said, Bill, you can adjust it. Do you know what I mean? And they had a really good demo up on John Lewis Roof Garden. They asked me to come up there and DJ with some Christmassy tunes. And yeah, it was a good vibe up there. Mate, I went there just after I came back from LA. So I'd gone from like 30 degrees to -4. I was so fucking cold, but I wrapped up so warm. It was a really good vibe in there. A notice came down from the Gadget Show. The Glassmates were there as well. Gadgets John and Gadgets Boy, friends of the show, popped down there too. And also realised, Billy, I just said, Philips, I've shaved my balls, and I didn't really explain that at all. A few years ago, when we started out on the podcast, Philips sent us the Philips One Blade. And I basically, should we find out what episode that was, Bill? What was that? Philips One Blade. Let me know.
That was quite a while ago now.
Yeah, it was. Let's have a little look. I think it's 2016. Gee, 2016 Future of Shaving, the Philips One Blade. That was it. So Philips sent us. There's an episode. We need to find out the episode for it, don't we? Let's have a little looky. Oh, man. Early doors, though. We spoke about it in 2016. What episode would that have been?
It's one of the very first ones in one of the many different studios that we had.
Yeah, it was in studio. I remember it being in studio number 2. In studio number 2 or 3, maybe. It's definitely studio number 3. So it's 2016 would be it, really. Should I have a good old search? Should we put a link to it in the show description?
It's basically a link to it.
It's basically where I talk about where I shaved my balls with the Philips One Blade that was at the time only for your face, and now it's called the One Blade Face and Body. Still waiting for that 1% from Philips.
Just 1%, is that all?
Mate, off the sales of that, I'll take 0.5%. It's the one.
0.5%.
I'll take 0.5% of sales. Yeah, right. So there you go. That's the HDMI sync box. Good plug, Billy. We've got the video for our unboxing features called What's in the Box. So check that out at howtokillanhour.com. Now, next, something else that we got to unbox as well, which is we've also done a What's in the Box for as well, is the Flip Grip for the Nintendo Switch. Now, the Flip Grip is a fantastic piece of kit that helps you use your Nintendo Switch in a slightly different way. Now, we never thought about playing the Switch in vertical mode here at How to Kill It Now. Yes, flipping your Switch on its side and having a go on it. Now, it does make a big difference. Now, there are games on a Nintendo Switch which you can play in vertical mode, but they usually expect you to turn your Nintendo Switch on its side and hold the control pads without it being connected to it, which is cool, but not necessarily the easiest thing if you're like on the train or something. Now, what the Nintendo Flip Grip does is it's a bracket that you pop your Nintendo Switch into sideways, and then you can also clip on the Joy-Cons. Now, we did that, very easy to put together, and we played a few games. There's games like Donkey Kong Jr., Centipede, Pac-Man, a couple of pinball games, or a Star Wars pinball game as well. Some of them are free, some of them are not. It's a collaboration between video game historian Retronauts and its founder Jeremy Parish, engineer and designer Mike Choi, and fan gamer as well. So yeah, it was a nice thing that we got our hands on. It's not too pricey, is it? Nintendo Flip Grip. Let's get that cost up in here. It's out now because we saw it on Kickstarter, and now that it's out, it's for sale at $12. It's a nice little Christmas present, that, isn't it?
It does bring a new dimension to playing games. It was something so simple, but it is very, very good.
Indeed. Now, Next thing that we tried as well, before we jump into the interview with Mo Gilligan, is the Polaroid Mint Pocket, right? So you can print your pictures with this. Now, in this day and age, I believe that we're spoiled with regards to the amount of pictures that we take. Like back in the day, the most mobile thing that I had for a camera was like a disposable camera jobby that I'd just like have and kind of do a few snaps with and then have to take to getting developed, and half the pictures were messed up because I wasn't holding the camera right anyway.
Or you open the back and it just destroys everything.
Yeah, you try and open the back and then all the images are messed up. Now we can take pictures all the time on our camera phones. So yeah, it's nice to print off physical ones once in a while. I think Polaroid Mint Pocket is something that's designed to do that. We had a little go on it. We also had a go for what's in the box. So we'll make sure that we put that on the article on the website as well, so you can kind of see what it's like when we unbox it and have a go on it. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Take pictures on your smartphone, send it to it, plop in the photographer. I don't even know what they are now because I use them so long. The films, and you can pop out some pictures. Pretty good. The only thing better than that would be if there was something with a camera attached to it. And that exists as well. The Polaroid Mint Instant. You can take pictures and print off your selfies. Now that I had a little bit more fun with because I feel like everything was in the box. Like, I feel like you can give that to like a youngster, or you can give that to kids around Christmas, or you can have like a party and like say, look, right, everyone put your phones away, but if we want to take some pictures, let's take some pictures with this. It's got a 16 megapixel lens, so the pictures are going to be a reasonably good quality. The printer has no toner in it either. It's some zinc cartridges that take and combine the paper and the ink, so it's kind of nice, clean, simple use. That's it really. I mean, you can add borders and filters and stuff if you use the apps that come along with it, but I kind of just prefer to print off straight images, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it did look pretty cool either way.
Yeah, you can add effects with it like sepia and black and white and stuff like that. But yeah, we had some good fun with that. Before we jump into the Mo interview, there's one thing that I think I want this. If somebody can send this to email Billy at howtokillanhour.com. Email info@howtokillanhour.com. Don't email me because I want to be surprised by this. I want somebody to send us the Testacuzzi. Now, Billy.
This looks like one of those presents that, because I've seen it in that. This looks like one of those presents that you get given as a joke, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, I might actually ever go at this.
Exactly. Now, Billy, I'll be honest with you. I googled Testacuzzi before we came in to have a look at what a real Testacuzzi was like, and the first thing came up was on Urban Dictionary. Do you want to guess what the Urban Dictionary explanation is for a Testacuzzi?
No.
Go and have a little guess.
No, it's just this probably go down a road that we might have to like just take the whole podcast off the air if it.
Testacuzzi. When a man ejaculates into a woman's mouth and forces her to gargle his semen, at this point he dunks his balls into the woman's mouth, thus creating a jacuzzi for his testicles.
The Testacuzzi, you'll be pleased to know that that
is not somebody's throat. You're not buying a mouth of an unwilling victim, male or female. Go on, Bill. What is it?
It's like a little machine. It's got
a massive machine, a humongous machine. You mean, bruv? Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
I see where you're going with that.
Come on.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, so a gigantic machine. Go on. Sorry.
That you could just teabag your balls into, and it would keep them nice and warm.
Nice. Now, this is a great idea. And it's got bubbles in it as well. You can flip a switch and it can like bubble up your balls. It's nice, but I've never felt like I've really needed to wash just my balls though. So it's really specific, isn't it? It's like going for a shower and just like washing one armpit.
Maybe you take a shower and then just dunk your balls in the Testacuzzi afterwards.
I'd want a like Jagucci as well for my gooch.
You might just sit in a regular jacuzzi at this point.
I know. Oh yeah, there you go. It's not really the one, is it?
I mean, it's just designed just for your.
Who would you give the Testacuzzi to?
You'd give it to someone who would take it as a joke. I don't know. Some people might be a little bit offended. Like, oh, what's this?
Someone's mum or dad, maybe. Secret Santa.
Secret Santa. That's actually a brilliant present for Secret Santa.
If someone wants to send me the Testacuzzi, I'll try it out live on air. I'll do it.
Live on air. Well,
Billy's like, oh,
did it without me. You go out the room.
Right, anyway, that's a small Christmas rundown. The stuff we spoke about, including the Testacuzzi, you can get links to by clicking the show description. And also, you can head to our website, howtokillanhour.com. It's fucking full of cool shit that we do. Some of it is so cool that we have to film it, Bill. Some of it doesn't make it onto the podcast. Most of the podcast stuff makes it onto the website, but it's well worth checking it out as well. Now, we were joined by Mo Gilligan, a comedian who has been absolutely nailing it. A self-made man over the last couple of years. He's gone from absolutely destroying Instagram with his hilarious couple of cans videos and all the other likes, and he's just finished a tour of the UK. I believe he's got a tour next year that's coming up, and he's also released a Netflix special. Now, we invited him into the into the show to have a chat about his brand new Netflix special, and also just about life as a comedian. Also spoke about some tech as well. We were joined by Funk Butcher, who's still feeling a little bit under the weather. Get well, Funk. And yeah, this is what happened when we brought Mo into the studio. So because we've been talking for so long, can we just pretend like it's a whole fresh, brand new show and play all the intro music again?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Bill, when you're ready, mate.
Are you serious?
Right, so this is How to Kill an Hour. My name is Marcus Bronzy. I'm with my co-host,
Funk Butcher.
and today we are joined by... I'll let you introduce yourself to the listeners, sir.
Oh, that's very awkward because I don't know. It's just like, it's me, Mo. Like, I don't. Because if you do it too much, yeah, you know me. You see my show. But like, it's just like, all right, cool, bro. So yeah, my name's Mo Gilligan, also known as like Mo the comedian as well. I try and more push my name now, Mo Gilligan, as opposed to Mo the comedian.
Yeah.
Just so that is like one way to go if you're looking for any kind of content that I do. It's just like goes right there as such. I'm trying to use the other ones as more like handles now.
Okay,
You know
cool.
what I mean? So yeah.
This is a bit early for this kind of chat, but you're kind of angling for like a, I'm not just a comedian,
No.
Hollywood.
I say that straight away. I'm
Yeah.
a comic, innit?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I'm a comedian, like first and foremost. Like if someone thinks I'm something else afterwards, I'm like, hey, you think I'm a juggler, babe? That's on you, innit? But I am a comic, a stand-up comic first and foremost. Yeah, man.
Do you reckon it could be a mode actor?
I don't. I'd do it.
Yeah.
Like, but it's obviously like I want to do it if I get like, hopefully like the right roles as well. I don't just want to do it just to take the job, because I always feel that you should do a job that you want to do, because I'd rather give it to someone else who wants it and can appreciate it. Whether it's a big role or a small role, you want to look at it like, oh right, that's quite a cool project. I'll jump on that, as opposed to like, yeah, I'll do it to do it, just so people can say, right, you're doing acting now. It's like, nah, you want to do it properly. Do you know what I mean? Like.
To get the enjoyment out of it?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely enjoy what I do, and like I started doing acting. That's what I'd done at university. I'd done performing arts and theatre production. So that was what I started that, and then got into comedy as such. So that was always like the first love. But I found with stand-up comedy, I was in charge of my creativity and how I wanted to do it, and it was easier to work on myself than like, you got a script, can I change this? And then you're like, nah, because it's written like that. And so I think that's what I've always found easier with stand-up, is that you're in control of it. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, you're most definitely in control, man. And I can't wait to talk about momentum like we will in a little bit. But every single time we start a show, we like to talk about how we've been killing time recently.
Yes.
So
You see what you done there? Most definitely.
I see that.
There's
There's a lot of puns, you know.
There's so many. Do you know your name is
see
one of
the
those
puns,
pun-worthy names
No, I'll take
ever?
it. I'll take the pun, you know.
More money, more problems. That sort of stuff. There's so
I'll
much.
take the puns, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a boxer, the amount of intro music that you could come out to
Oh,
would be
yeah.
insane.
Yeah, there's a lot. Do you know what? Even when we had that TV stuff, there was a lot. I was just searching like loads of like Mace and like Puff Daddy songs from back in the day. Like, and I was like, what one can I come up to as like an intro? But then it started getting a bit like, let me just come out in it.
Yeah.
Focusing way too much on this song. I just need to just come out in it. Like,
come out a cappella.
start the show in it. Yeah.
So yeah, how you been killing time lately then, man?
A lot of the time I tried to like watch I tried to keep up with like, I guess, TV programs and stuff like that. So a lot of the time, I guess Top Boy, that's mostly the last series I kind of watched. But other than that, I kind of watch a lot of I watch these really weird things on YouTube. When I say weird, not like what's it called, ASMR and stuff. No. That's that one's mad, isn't it? You got people just eating and stuff,
And people get off to that, like somebody eating crisps.
What's ASMR?
Yeah,
Autonomous sensory meridian response. So
Yeah.
apparently they get off by hearing people like go.
Yeah, and some people just find it fascinating.
Okay.
So some people, it could just be them like just tapping their nails on a table.
Okay.
Like they are so, it's such a subculture into a subculture.
But what's the difference between that and then, I don't know, liking someone beatboxing?
Now, because beatboxing, you're listening. you know them brothers in West End. I'm like, brother, it's gotta let this go, brother. It's when they do it in their neck. When they do it in it. And they try to make it like they've swallowed the beat. And then it comes back. Whoa. Sometimes I walk past him like, hey man, wrap this up, man. Man, Swedish man just like, it's very good, isn't it? Yeah.
That's the point where they put the money in the pot.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Yeah. No, like, I know I sound like a prick here, but what it is, yeah, when I went to Times Square,
Yeah.
and Times Square, when you see the level of talent,
Levels.
yeah, you come back home like,
Yeah.
nah, man, you gotta do better, bro. Man, I see some brothers back flipping off each other's heads last week. This is, but yeah, now big up the street beatboxers still. I watch I'm into I like space a lot, so I'm always into like astrology. So I always try to watch things like about space. So I tend to watch like a lot of stuff on just YouTube and just kind of just watch things that are just not comedy as such. Do you know what I mean? Just random facts and stuff. Like there's some wicked videos. What would happen if all the air in the earth disappeared? Bruv, that video has my head. Because I picture myself, I'm like, hey, I don't know what I do, you know?
You're watching getting short of breath.
So yeah, I watch a lot of that stuff still. What would happen if all the water in the earth disappeared now? And I'm like, what? I don't know what happened. So that means
Nobody's watching, bro.
they really go into this video.
Yeah.
So they're thinking, what about the water in here? And I'm like, I didn't think of that, you know. But
And them videos got millions of views as well.
Yeah.
innit?
millions.
I reckon there's a lot of people that are high as fuck watching those videos.
Yeah, of course.
Because that's a high thing to say.
So, bro.
What if all the air disappeared, man? Hey, I'll take one quick sip of air, you know, blood.
It's a stoner's question, bro.
Just hold the breath for like what, 2 hours? Nah, bro, that wouldn't work, innit? That wouldn't work. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff. When I'm not doing anything, I just try to watch a lot of just stuff to educate me on social media. Yeah.
Cool. You also saw the Joker film. We've not seen it yet, you know. So
Okay.
we saw you tweeting about that as well.
Yes.
So
yeah, I got a lot of retweets and likes and stuff. I was quite because I just wanted to tweet it just to say that I really liked the film. But I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm a fan of the whole kind of comic book film thing. But you'll see the film. I don't want to like big it up like that was the best thing I've ever seen. But I couldn't find any faults in it. I couldn't see anything while I watched it, and I was like, that they could have done that better, or they could have done this better. And a lot of it is shot from the Joker's perspective, so it's his point of view, and he's in every scene as well. They had like a little talk with the director and the actor as well. So like, you know, sometimes I was watching the film and then you kind of hear like the actors and directors speaking about it, and you're like, okay, cool. Like there's a lot that went into this film, but I really liked it, man. You'll see when you watch it. It's a different Joker though, to like even Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. It's just different. This is what I kind of liked about it, because it's a hard role to do, and it's just about Joker. And for me, he's one of my like favorite villains. I really like Joker. So what they've done with the film, you'll see it. Like, and you know what I like about DC? Yeah, they don't always get them right, but when they do get them right, they just blow it out the water, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the Marvel films are great, but there's some Marvel films I'm like, I ain't gonna watch. I don't waste my time with that. But you only watch it because it's
It's
adds
part
up
of
to
something.
the,
It's part of
it's part of the
season,
whole
isn't it?
Marvel
Yeah.
universe. So
Yeah.
you're like, I need to watch this Doctor No, whatever. Is it Doctor
Doctor Strange. Just found out the one that you don't like, bro.
That's the bootleg.
What is it? What? Doctor Who?
Doctor No.
That's a 007, isn't it? Yeah. Do you know what? Every part of mine, I was like, I'm just gonna go with it, innit? Just say it. Doctor No? No? Okay, it's not him still. But I feel like when they get it right, they really do get it right, and that's what I liked about the film. So yeah, I thought it was a really, really, really good film. But when you watch it, I think you'll know what. I don't want to like it's the best film I've ever seen in my life, but I think it was 10 out of 10 because I couldn't see where they went wrong in it. And a friend of mine, he's into like comic books and stuff, and there were some questions I was asking him, and he was just like, well, they've changed that bit, so it's not exactly how the comic book is. So they slightly changed it. So when I watched it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They've done that because it doesn't have to always go by the comic book script.
Yeah.
I think because the films has to portray to a wider audience who don't know the comic books.
Yeah.
As opposed to you'll like a film and then online everyone's saying, no, but it's not really like the comic books though, so it's not a good film. But I enjoyed it though, innit?
Yeah.
But now I've got this feeling like, well, it's not like the comic books, so it can't be good.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. But good film.
Some people are saying film of the year. I'm seeing that on social media.
I called it earlier. I
Yeah.
said he's going to get Oscar nomination for that.
Yeah. I hope it gets in the kind of
The categories.
in the category for the academies, because I don't think there's been a film this year that's close to it, in my opinion.
So as somebody that's seen all of the Jokers in this room now,
Yeah.
what order would you put all the Jokers in terms of like your favourite and your least? Because Heath's a big favourite for most people. Mine's Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson.
So we've got Heath Ledger, Jack Nicholson, Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill, and then what's his face? The crap one. The one that was in that's it, Jared Leto. Yeah, Jared Leto.
He's in Suicide Squad, that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. That's
He's in the bottom, yeah?
yeah.
He's in the bottom.
That was whack.
That whole film trash, bro.
Mo said that guy.
Yeah.
That's not to know.
I didn't even include that in any kind of. I thought, when that film come out, I was like, is this like some spin-off of the comic books? Or I was like, nah, that one weren't for me, man.
See what you're trying to do, but nah.
Yeah, I seen it. You put a lot of big names in it. There was a lot of promo for it as well, and I was like, nah, boo, man.
Not even Will Smith could save that franchise.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, that one.
So leaders off the table. You got Jack Nicholson. You got Mark Hamill, who's like Luke Skywalker, but he's the voice of the Joker.
Yeah, he's the voice of the animated ones. Yeah.
Heath Ledger. So who'd you put as your number one? I'm curious now because I've not seen it, and people are saying that this is a better performance than Heath Ledger's.
Do you know what? It's hard, because after the film, me and my friend were saying that, but they're different because they're so different because the performance in this is from his perspective and his point of view in the whole way of the film.
Yeah.
The other one is different because with the one with Heath Ledger, you have Batman in it, you have him. So it's not just about Joker. You've got Harvey Dent in it. You've got a lot of key characters that make that film a really good film. And I feel with Heath Ledger, it's like that has iconic scenes. Whereas this one, the new Joker has some iconic scenes, but there's so many quotables in this new one. You'll be sitting there like, that's quotable. That's an amazing scene. Whereas this one, there's like, the Joker scenes are the best scenes. So it makes the film. Like the scene where he gets the snooker cue and then they have to fight. Like you're thinking, is this what kind of film it is? Like, or even the beginning scene where they're robbing the bank and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I think Joker really carries that film where this film is different because it's just this character. There is no other, there's no superhero. There is, do you know what I mean? Not to give it away, but there isn't like, now here comes Batman to save the day, or here comes this person that's gonna, it's not, it's just about Joker in this film. So that's why I say they're different. But I couldn't, they both do great jobs, so I wouldn't want to discredit either or.
I need to see this now, man.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going tonight, man.
But as an acting perspective, this new one is wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah. As if you watch it in terms of acting, like, it is like, bro. Like, there's the points I was watching it and I was just like how did I can, when you can see how like you can have like especially with like Heath Ledger, how how he really went into the method acting. You can see that straight in this film, innit? Because you're like, this is a mad role to do.
It's mad pressure as well. Stepping up to that role, knowing that everyone puts Heath Ledger at the top, or there's loads of great people that have played the Joker. That's pressure though, to do
Massive,
that.
Man.
And to know that you've got the origin story, so the film's about you. So if you fuck this, if you're shit, basically, you've ruined the whole film.
Yeah.
That's mad pressure. How have you been killing time recently, Funk?
I've been fiddling around with my laptop, fiddling. So I've got a MacBook Pro. I'm someone who uses it predominantly for music production, but I've always found that they do this on purpose. They don't put enough storage in there.
All the time.
You put one app on there, two apps in there, and you're getting notifications saying storage space running low, storage space. So I had to. Luckily I've got the MacBook where you can kind of open it up and make some amendments. I guess it voids your manufacturer's warranty, but
you know what? So a lot of DJs have that MacBook.
Yeah.
Is that the one still with the CD drive?
No, the one just after that.
This one.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So
The one with the SD card you
Yeah.
can pop in the side, yeah.
Okay.
So I've had to kind of upgrade that, but I was having a lot of talks with kind of DJ friends and other producers, and they just are ultimately frustrated at the way Apple are trying to lock you into their ecosystem, where it's just like,
Yeah.
you're like a fiend.
Yeah.
You need a hookup. You better come to me, boy,
Yeah.
because you can't change what you bought with
Yeah, it's
it.
true.
And yeah, so I literally online in China and trying to find all these dodgy websites to try and find this magic hard drive. Yeah, that's how I spent my past couple of weeks. Yeah, and also talking of space films, I saw Ad Astra. I went
what's
and
that
saw
saying?
Ad Astra.
Okay.
That's a really, because the draw for that was Brad Pitt and Harvey Keitel. Is it Harvey Keitel? No, it wasn't Harvey Keitel. Someone in that ballpark, but Brad Pitt obviously is a big draw, and he's in space. But it's a space film, but in a weird way, it's like a father-son relationship kind of tale.
Okay.
But it's set in space. Don't want to give too much away, but it's some really powerful acting in there as well. Kind of, but I feel like the space aspect of it is kind of like the backdrop. So it's not, you're not going to see too many aliens and monsters and all that kind of stuff. It's really about the whole experience of being out there, being alone. It's a bit of a psychological film.
Okay.
Is this like the new level for actors to have a space film under their belt?
Do you know
Matt
what?
Damon, Sandra Bullock, is that thing like to be big in Hollywood now? Like you're at a party and they're like, so I did my space film. Like, is that because everyone's doing it now?
Do you know what I think they're doing? I think they're taking real kind of, I don't know, non-serious settings like sci-fi, like Marvel, and they're putting real acting into it. So like this new Joker film, they're taking something which is supposed to be fictional and they're putting a real serious element, which changes, I guess, the demographic that would see it. Because more time you get people like, I'm into anime, I'm into manga and all that kind of stuff, and trying to convince these people that it's not just a cartoon, there's serious themes in it, is part of the difficult for people to enjoy the film. But when you get films like Joker, and they're probably going to get an Oscar nomination,
I hope so,
alongside other serious titles, it might make people go, oh yeah, that's all right, I'll give that a go. I'll watch Batman. I'll dress up in cosplay and come with you.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. Oh, how have I been killing time? No one asked me, but I'll say anyway. How
have you killed time?
Oh, thanks for asking, man. Appreciate that, man. Cheers, man.
You got my job.
I'll make a nice edit. I got an electric car.
Okay.
So basically with electric cars, we've there's loads of things out there, right? So everybody knows Tesla, right? Let's just put that out there. But they're like 80 to 100 racks if you want to get a sexy version of that. That's in Mo's price range right now. Not really in mine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mo's like, it's in my price,
No, do you know, I was looking online, innit? But you can get one online.
Yeah.
You can add all your extras.
How much did it come up to when you did it?
No, because I'm one of them people, I go online to all these car things and I just add all the extras.
Yeah.
To see how much can it go in it. Yeah. Went up to something mad like 80 grand or something like that.
80 racks for
something dumb.
A very new type of car. So don't get me wrong, I do want to try a high-end electric car, but Kia came out with like an affordable version. So it's like 35 grand, right, for a car. Sent me one, got to try it out, driving around for like a week or so, living that electric vehicle lifestyle, bro. For starters, I just want to say, it took me about 20 minutes to get started because I was kind of waiting for the so I was pressing the start button. I was like, for fuck's sake, man, what's going on with this? Looking at the manual and everything. But the car was running already. I just had to press the start button and roll. So
Serious? Is that quiet?
Bro, it doesn't have any noise if you're not driving it. Yeah, so it's even got speakers on it so that when you drive it, there's little speakers that go
to make you sound like
you're actually moving around.
The BMW, I think the i8 had that as well.
That's it, yeah. So yeah, got that, drove it all the way up to Manchester, and it was just like, I went to an Indian wedding. By the way, Indian weddings are fucking lit, bruv, but long days. So I drove up there to go to an Indian wedding, and I was just shook getting in it because I didn't know what it was going to be like driving an electric car. How am I going to charge it? Am I going to get stuck?
What's it like at the pump or the plug rather?
So
need extension lead to plug it in and
bruv,
to charge it.
Quite literally, in the back it's got an extension lead in it. But like anywhere that you can get petrol, like a big petrol station that's on the motorway, there's usually a couple of electric bays. Or there's ones dotted around.
They do like supercharge as well. So
yes.
Some of it, because I think that's a lot of people think because I was doing some research on it, and like people think because it's electric, it's going to take like 9 hours to charge.
Yeah.
But you can get a supercharge, and it will charge your car in like half an hour and give you like 80%
Yeah.
Really?
battery. Yeah.
Bang on. So yeah, this is exactly the same. So you can get like you said, 80% in like 40 minutes. But if there's Tesla do superchargers where theirs have like twice the amount.
Yeah.
So if you do get another electric car like a Tesla, you can get a faster charge if you can afford the car. But I will say, shout out Tesla. I drove to the hotel and they had Tesla charging points there, so I thought I couldn't charge. They actually give you a normal car charger, then you can use it free of charge. So I drove like up to Manny back. I've been driving around for a week. I've done about 500 miles. Cost me about £22.
No way.
No congestion charge as well if you live in
way.
London. I'll take that too. Thank you very much. So yeah, man, that was it. Like I drove that was pretty cool. We've got full stats. We'll put a link in the show description so you can kind of see what it was like.
And what's the
See
name
what
of the car?
Looks like the Kia Niro.
Okay.
Looks all right. Doesn't look like, it's not a Lamborghini. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it looks cool.
What color are you driving in?
Black.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to have like a red one.
Not
really
You're
on
going to
that.
get tints on it.
Yeah, I'll put the 6x9s and the sub in it as well. So people only got yeah, it was a nice little drive. And I was on Netflix last night. And what popped up? Momentum. Oh, Mo.
Big ups.
Yeah, bruv. So it's live now. The show.
Yes.
Talk
live.
to
It's
us, man.
out.
How did that come to be? Because that's a big look, man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I guess like the conversation had started maybe a year ago because obviously like I was still doing the tour and like the tour didn't have any promo, but we're selling out shows and run of dates and stuff. And the funniest thing is when we were selling out these dates, everyone was just like, no, it's just fake selling out, innit? He's not really selling out.
Yeah.
He's just making out. He sold it out. And I'm like, bro, like it is sold out. I'm talking like close friends are like, yeah, my mum wants to come. I'm like, bruv, I can maybe get you in, but I don't know. No, come on, I've known you. And I was like, dude, there's no seats.
Yeah.
Can't have your mum stand up for like 2 hours.
Someone that heartless like that though.
Yeah. Hey, mum.
He's like, Mum, you're right.
Hey, mum, stand up still. Stand up. It's good for your legs, isn't it? For the varicose veins and that. But yeah, so the conversation started maybe about a year ago, and then it kind of got confirmed in December. And weirdly enough, I wasn't like, oh my God, it's happening. Wow. I was like, cool, wicked, sick. Like, and I told like my close friends, told my family. But then for me, it's like until it is actually happened, and it's like it's happening and it's ready to go, and it's like you've got a date for it. Then it felt real. So because there's always like things get pushed back and stuff like that, and I've had projects before where you're filming this thing and and it can go not like it doesn't go left, it gets delayed, and there's other things that are going to be brought out. So we recorded it in April in Hackney Empire. We done 2 shows in one day. So we recorded an afternoon show, and then we recorded an evening show back to back. So literally as soon as everyone left, they cleaned it all up, and then we shot another show. And continuity, I had to literally wear the same stuff. And so I performed the first show like very pretty much how the show is. Because normally I like to kind of improv here or try and new something here, but I couldn't do that. I had to do it how it is, mainly for the cut. And then the second one, I could have a little bit more fun with it. So there was like a woman who kept shouting out at one point. So I bust a little joke with her. Didn't keep that in the edit. I was like, listen, this is my Netflix special, not yours up here.
And she was going around telling her friends, I want to be in it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, none of the audience knew. They seen all the cameras.
Yeah.
Right.
And like close friends, like knew, family knew, but everyone who was there didn't have an idea. And like some people was like, so like what's all the cameras for? So I was like, we're just filming it, innit? Just to like film it and stuff. So we had like the lanyards and stuff that the crew would have, but couldn't have any Netflix logos on there to give it away because it's very, very hush and stuff. But they're great people to work with. Obviously, it's different. Some of the guys from LA Netflix came down as well. There's someone based in Amsterdam, so they came down to watch the show. And the cool thing, I say the cool thing, but in terms of like how, like I've realized of how it's like, you've got Top Boy on and then my thing. And then there's all like, you realize where your show is for other things to come. because even yesterday, Stranger Things 4 season 4 got announced. Breaking Bad films coming out in October. The Irish is coming out in, I think, like November. So I'm looking at it now like, oh my God, I'm so glad my special's here.
Yeah.
And not like after the Breaking Bad film. Or, do you know what I mean? Because then you kind of get lost in the traffic a little bit. So yeah, man. But in terms of a process, it was like, it was a good process. Like my production company, my production company and my managers, they got a production company called Lucky 17. So we kind of came together and just helped produce it together. So that was important for the edit, because then I get to see cut scenes, or, if there's certain things I'm like, why can we try and see what it looks like with that camera? And that process was painstakingly long, like long. Like, I wasn't ever in the edit, but I'd always get to see the versions, and then I just have to write my notes, send it along. Then there's times it's like, we've just sent it out, we can't do the edit now, and then the edit will get changed, and then it come back. So
how many revisions did you have to do of things like that?
So I think there was about I'd say 3.5, because the reason why I say half, because it was only like maybe some of the, I think towards the second part of the show that got changed a little bit. And then after all of that, we had to mix it, because we've got a live band. So we've got to do the mixing that when you hear it in your living room, it has the same. Because I remember getting a version back, and I was watching it on my phone. I was coming back from football, and I was like, this don't sound how it did on the day. And it's just like, that my manager said to me, it's not going to sound like that because it hasn't been mixed yet.
Yeah.
So after it then got mixed, I played it in my house, and I got like a nice little sound system in it, set up with the TV. I played it, and I think it was the Rastafarian nursery rhymes in it.
Yeah.
So it's like, dum dum boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I was like, "Rah."
Yeah.
That's why I've always said to people, don't, like, you can obviously watch it on a phone or an iPad, but you get a better experience on the TV.
Yes.
Like watching it. So, yeah, man, I think that the whole process of just, because I like to learn and see how things are made and how they're done. And, it's nice to have that creativity and be like, can we try it like this? Or as opposed to you do it and then it's on TV, and then afterwards you're like, I don't like this version.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How would you describe your comedy to somebody you meet, or the few people that you meet that haven't heard of who you are? Because you're out there now, but you're very different. Your style of comedy is very different.
Thank
You're in
you.
your own lane.
Man. I guess it's like, weirdly enough, I didn't know what my style was of comedy until like critics would come to the show and they'd explain. So it is observational, but it's also it's quite, especially with that show Momentum, it's quite reminiscent. I talk about a lot of my upbringing, which for me helped a lot, because it's not in a time. So for example, it's not like I'm talking about what's happening right now with Brexit and all that stuff. It's just, I feel like I've made something that you could watch it in 10 years and you can still find it funny. And there's other comics that can still do stuff like, and they can talk about what's happening now. You can watch it back. But I guess for me, that's never been my strengths, really. So I've always had a lot more strengths talking about me, my upbringing, my background, where I'm from, and my observations, and trying to kind of juggle it all and put it out there, but also using like things like music and bringing it to life a little bit more, doing silly things. Like I don't mind taking like the mick out myself at times. Do you know what I mean? So I try to just try and learn a little bit from the art of comedy, of just like, okay, maybe like if we try and take that and try and add that, how can we add music without there being a DJ? So we thought, let's do it with a live band, and then we done the live band, we done rehearsals with them. They're like, I know a lot of the guys personally, like one of the guys who directed it is a friend of mine called Mark Crown. So he's a big boy trumpet player, does stuff like Rudimental and stuff. So to get even those people on my special was already like, wow, I got some proper sick musicians.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite hard to really like describe what it is that I really do as such, because I never want to put myself in a box. And I guess the more I evolve, the more I want to try different ideas as stand-up. I never want to be like, he's the observational guy with music. I was like, well, one day I might just try some deadpan stuff,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I never want to be boxed in as a comic. Just hopefully try and be more versatile.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
because a lot of people, their first experience of you is through their phone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
of
it's the
course.
geezer on the roof, or it's you talking about, how delicious the sunshine is, whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So they know you from that angle. And then I suppose there's always going to be critics or people that go like, can you really do stand-up though? Because there are people that are internet famous, they're hilarious, and then when they get on stage, they just bomb like straight away.
Yeah, of course.
So did you feel like you had something to prove a little bit still because of that?
That tour, because that tour started in 2017. So I was doing a lot of the videos, but I always said to myself, how long can I keep doing these videos? And I was like, I knew, I'm like, well, I'm gonna stand up first. This is like, I've got this audience through social media, but I'm a stand-up comic. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna do this tour. And when I first done the tour, everyone coming, like, you know, dates are selling out. And I could see people tweeting like, gonna go see Mo Gilligan tonight. Don't know what to expect. Might be a laugh. Just thought I'd just buy a couple tickets. So I'm already seeing this. And in my head, I'm like, okay, well, that's better for me now because I'm gonna give them a really good show.
Yeah.
So I think that was the cool thing about when we done the tour. It was like, it proved a lot of people, not so much wrong, but people are like, oh wow, he can actually do stand up. He's actually a comic. So then with especially more so with the Netflix stuff, it was just kind of like upping the levels a little bit. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, let's do it somewhere big. Let's do like Hackney Empire. Let's really like make it look like a proper special, you know? But yeah, you of course, like I know I'll never sit here and be like, you know, like I know I do videos online, so I never be like, my audience are authentic, man. They've seen me through the art of comedy. It's like, well, no, people have mainly seen me through a lot of my skits and sketches and stuff like that. That's how people have joined the journey, you know. So, but then there's also a bunch of people in other countries who don't know that stuff. So they're just seeing this guy on Netflix, you know, some guy in Sweden. He's like, I don't know who this guy is. Mo Gilligan, I don't know. I don't know why he speaks like that, but it helps with the impression. But he's just seeing me for me. He doesn't know that I do like. He doesn't know what couple of cans is. So you also have to kind of sell yourself to people who've never seen you. But at the same time, if he then goes on my socials, he'll be like, oh, rock, okay, cool. This is what he does. So it kind of it brings brings someone back to what my world is as well. You know. So but you definitely have to like prove people wrong a little bit. You know? Of course, man. Yeah.
And the reach of Netflix, that must have been mind blowing because you've done done 2 TV shows on Channel 4 that were on, you know, prime time, really, like a really important time to watch. But a Netflix show, the audience for that must have been just.
It was mad. Literally, my phone was on a mad one yesterday. Like people from like, hey man, just watch yourself from Massachusetts, man. I'm like, Massachusetts, you know? Just like people from like literally, when I mean all over the world, like there's like Australia, someone from China, like, and in my head, I'm like, this is someone who's British and they've gone to move out there. So in my head, I'm like, but it's not really. But this is like some girl who's like Chinese, like, and she's like, I watched your stuff. I thought it was great. Like, just discovered it like yesterday. Like, and some people are just intrigued of like Western culture. You know, just the same way we are. Like, we're like, oh right, they're like, who's this American dude or whatever. So it's kind of like the same thing, but all over the world, I was getting messages of like, I just watched it, or tweets. So it's like, I didn't know that yesterday it would have the buzz it did. I was very much like, sit back and see what happens, innit? I found out in like a month if people like it, because you don't know if it's going to be something where people might watch it or they might watch it later on. But like there's people who have never seen my stuff before that watched it, and I was like, it's very overwhelming, and I just got so taken back from it. Do you know what I mean? Just like, wow, this is where as far as you can go. You don't know who's listening, but that was, I think, the cool thing about yesterday when it launched. Like, the amount of people just got back to me or just said, I really enjoyed it, I watched it. People had like mini screenings at their house and stuff, and I'm like, oh, Robert, I didn't.
That's amazing.
I don't do that for other comedians, you know. But thank you, innit?
Momentum, man. Like, check it out. We'll put a link in the show description.
Big
man.
ups,
it's funny.
man. Big ups,
and like,
big ups.
I just want to really stress, like, you do tick the boxes for people that do know who you are, but you bring some new shit to the table. Like the musical side of things, you brushed against that, but I do like the elements that you brought to it. It was a nice surprise.
Cheers, bro.
And also you can see the band cracking the fuck up. When you're cracking jokes, you can just see the in the background.
Cheers, man.
Yeah,
that was very important to have them in shot as well, because I was like, they're part of the show. They're not just like a side piece at the side. And then he's like, boy, the band. They're like, no, they're part of the show. And a lot of them are like my friends. So it's very important that we kept those shots in, you know, that you see them laughing, because I'm a big fan of, like, especially even like with my TV show, I've made sure that you could see people behind us. So when we are talking, you're seeing real people laughing at the same time. So it's not just like, it's just canned laughter, innit? They're just laughing because they're there. And I'm like, no, you can see them laughing with us at the same time. So that was like the same thing with the band of just like, let's add it in, innit? If they laugh, they laugh. Like you can't have them straight faced, like serious. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be weird, man.
That'd be so cold if you like had a joke that was killing, the audience is laughing and they're just like looking at you with their arms
Yeah, can you imagine
like,
if the band weren't
all right,
laughing?
man, can we get to our next bit, bro? All right, man. Yeah, so Momentum, check it out, man. I enjoyed it. It's good. I look forward to more now. Well, you got to write some more shit. 'Cause everyone's seen your show now. You got to write the new one.
I've been writing for a good year now, so it's weird because obviously, like my experience and stuff are changing. So I always just write to write sake for like writing's sake. You know what I mean? I just have some time where if I go on holiday, I'll try to write a little bit. I'm not one of them people where it's like, I just lock myself in a room and I just write a special and like, nah, that's not that's not what I do in it. Yeah. Like I kind of write when I get ideas and then I kind of expand off the idea. So a lot of the special was like stuff that I've kind of let me talk about dyslexia, but like how can I talk about it where I need to talk about it. That's not a way. One that feels like I'm telling people about it, but also in a way where I'm kind of explaining it a little bit, and explaining who I am and how it's affected me, but in a light-hearted way. You know what I mean? So I guess it's like a lot of ideas. I tend to just expand on them, and then I'm quite a person where I'll just do the jokes in my house by myself. And just that's how I practice my material. Yeah, I'm not really a big, massive. I just read just 4 pages of new jokes. I'm not going to be in your biopic doing that. That's not going to be in the film, innit? Like, you know, if there's the biopic, it's like, I look myself in. But there's like, school bullies.
Big up man like Masood.
Masood killed me. Everybody had a Masood.
Everyone.
And I swear mine was actually called Masood. Hey, you know Masood as well. Every school had a Masood. Yeah. Oh, that's sick, man. And the relationship you had with your teacher, I related to that. I think I did a couple of moves like that as well.
Yeah, because it was definitely that. I went to school so when wrestling was at its height.
Yes.
So like D-Generation X, Stone Cold.
Those are the best days.
That's golden era.
Yeah. That's when they had the best steroids because they were all jacked. They were on some primo steroids.
Yeah. But everyone was hyped. Like this is a bunch of like 13-year-olds, like adolescents. We all thought we were just like slyly wrestlers, innit? Like we were just so dumb as well. Like we go to girls, we be like, "Hey, what's your name?" "Yeah, my name." "That doesn't know what your name is." Like that's how dumb we was. Like, and we thought that was cool back then. You see what I just done, blood? You see what I just done? Like people just walk into a class. Finally, Mo has come back to science with 10 millions of people. Like it was very like that's. So I try and capture that time of my life.
Yeah.
Especially in that part of the show, of just like that was most probably a time in my life where that's what I cared about, football and wrestling, innit?
Yeah,
like like now you got kids that they're into like I listen to that music and that I listen to that music, but every Sunday and Saturday, man, watch a bit of SmackDown, some Raw. So it's really important to try and capture that kind of time,
Just to clarify, what part of London are you from?
So I grew up in South London. So I grew up in Camberwell for 15 years, and then we moved to Peckham.
Have you always known us to be like, I'm from Northwest?
Yes, of course. Like in the raves, North London inside, West London, East London, South London. That's it. And then you've got this couple people. North Weezy.
Yeah.
Say something about North Weezy, bro.
Yeah, they're vexed, innit?
Yeah, they're like, because obviously you like to tune it where did we come from? North Weezy.
Yeah, that was our power rhythm.
That was my first introduction of what Northwest ever was. So from that song, because I was like, okay, that's Northwest. Because I was young, I didn't know London was that big anyway. But
you like South and the rest of the world.
No, but I think back then you knew about like North London, East London, because that's where like the grime and that was from. South. I'm from South. Yeah. And then there's West London. But like even like we were quite ignorant growing up because we were like South, what, West London? Nah, that ain't no West London. We thought West London was West End. Like that's how dumb we was. We were just like, nah, West London is West End. Like so then when like Northwest, like I knew about it from that song, North Weezy. But yeah, I remember you be in a rave and DJs were like, but also Northwest. then there'll just be
So
like
cold.
10 man.
Yeah, I'd be like, yeah.
That's the same in the East as well.
Yeah.
East, we didn't recognise Northwest. Like it didn't have a landmark in it. So when you said West, you go,
talking about, bro?
you going Trocadero? That's like, that was West
Really?
London. Like,
Yeah,
West
yeah,
London,
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Oxford
yeah,
Street,
yeah.
West London. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we thought it was.
Wow. All right.
And then you guys turned up.
Brought me back down to earth, boy.
What team you support?
It's what Arsenal.
Good man.
My
Yes.
man.
So,
yes.
Don't leave me hanging.
You're in a room with a Man United
big
supporter
ups.
as well.
He's with
man.
United?
Yeah. He's in a period of transition right
Mad
now.
for you lot right now. You know? I watched that
Madness.
game. You know, I watched that game yesterday, and it was terrible, innit?
Yeah.
But I was like, this is Man United, you know. Then the guy who even scored, we didn't even know what to do. Like he scored, and he was like, "Where should I go? I'm gonna go over
He was
here."
surprised, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Big Man United," you know. Nah, man, wasn't it McTominay or something like that?
Yeah.
Nah, man. I was like, nah, man.
It doesn't even feel like a Man United player's name. It don't have no sparkle.
It's got no je ne sais quoi, you know. It's got no vibe to it.
that game was just like so like.
Look, he wants to say something. Look at it.
Oh, wait, go on, Bill.
You said that je ne sais quoi, but John O'Shea had no je ne sais quoi either.
John O'Shea.
Welcome to the ASMR football podcast. You know what, Bill? I feel sorry for you, man. When you get out of that period of transition, let me know, bruv. You've been doing
Ole's
it
at the wheel.
for like 10 years.
Finish above you this season. I mean, come on.
Big talk. Man United's going to finish above Arsenal this season. All right, cool. What was that, Bill? Oh, yeah. K-Curd also told us, he says you're a big fan of buying a fresh shirt and socks before your shows. Are you still, you still like to do that?
Listen, bruv. Before
Wow,
shows,
the joy in your face.
I love a fresh t-shirt, like especially for shows.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, like, it has to, when it's fresh, it's just fresh. Fresh black t-shirt is fresh. You can't get fresher than fresh. Like, I'm telling you, man. Even like, I keep it and I wash it, but it doesn't do the same job of when it's fresh. And then socks. When we was on tour, like, I've got a thing about, I just need fresh socks, innit? So, for example, we'd be in the car for like 4 hours. So I'll be sitting there and I have a pair of socks on. So then it's like, all right, cool. We're going to do rehearsal. We go rehearsals. Then when the show starts, I'm like, I want to put some fresh socks on. Like, I just want to feel fresh, innit? Otherwise, my feet are feeling all sweaty and that. So I put fresh socks on. Then after I finish the show, I normally sweat quite a lot. So I'm cool. I back these socks off. Oh, we going out raving? I put another pair of fresh socks on. So
you're like a 21 to 28 pairs of socks a week.
So like, you know, there's that thing
Guy.
of like Dr. Dre has a fresh pair of like Air Force Ones
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, Dame Dash really used to chuck
Dame-
away the
yeah,
the
that's
trainers.
mad.
That's like me with socks. What? Listen, Primark knows about me.
Yeah.
You know? Listen, bro, get these £2 socks out of here, bro. Pop, then I get another pair. Yeah.
You got to have that on your crib sessions when they
Yeah,
come
yeah,
live.
yeah.
You just open the sock and you throw it away.
Yeah.
Was it in prison? He used to lick the bottom of the sole because they never wore it. He takes the sock out,
He dash it.
licks the sock.
You know, they're like, oh man, y'all see my man K's crib? Man, he got our sneakers, man. Look at this. I got a sock. I got a sock room, man. We got woolly socks. We got football socks. Pop socks. Yeah. But yeah, I've got mainly it's mainly just like sports socks in it, but then like a lot of the kind of like pop socks and stuff. But I'll go through a lot of socks, man. Yeah, I'll go for a lot and fresh black tea, especially more for performing though, not just every day, but like when I got shows.
Is there a specific tea that you go for? Have you got like a tea where you're like, oh, that's my favorite tea?
Yeah, so Reese,
A Reese tea.
the Reese black t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah.
Better than H&M.
It is because it holds its shape. Once you wash it, it keeps its shape.
Yeah.
It doesn't fade as quick.
There's a science to black teas, man.
There is.
telling you,
There
yeah.
is.
I'm telling you, there used to be another place in Central. They had really good black teas, but
Round neck or V-neck?
definitely crew neck.
Crew
Definitely
neck, okay.
Yeah. Even right there, you're like, right, it's a crew neck. I said, around neck, bro. What's a crew neck? Yeah, now V-neck is mad because I got little, like the pepper grain hairs and that in it.
Okay.
So they just kind of look like weeds in the ground just coming up. So I just do the crew neck thing, innit?
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you who else do a French Connection do a nice black t-shirt as well.
All right.
Yeah. Big up French Connection. They gave me some free stuff when I first started.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, we want to dress you for a show. I was like, rah, thanks. So yeah, I got to big up them. But
You fan of free shit still? A lot must be coming your way now.
I
though.
get some cool free stuff, you know. I'm not gonna lie.
Can you tell us what the coolest free shit you got
It took
is?
a while, innit?
Yeah.
Like I was like, come on, man. Like I'm doing this tour, innit? Like, but yeah, I've got I've got 3 Xboxes. I've got them all for free.
Three free
As
Xboxes.
in 1, 2, 3 Xboxes for free.
Not at one stage.
Okay.
But within the last 6 months.
And where do they live? Like all three of these Xboxes?
So one of
eBay.
So one of them I've got in the sitting room.
Yeah.
And another one I'm gonna give to my nephew. And then I'm opening up my first office this month, so that will go in the office basically.
Sick. Nice.
Yeah. But that's most of it. Yeah, I've got some other cool things like get some brands, give you some free crepes and stuff, but. Yeah, that was most probably the one where I was like, right, Xbox, yeah? And I've got friends now like, hey, bruv, if you get invited to this FIFA thing, yeah, you think I can get that game, bruv? And I'm like, yeah, you can have it if you want it. So now it becomes this weird thing of like friends, like, you know, it's like a certain game coming like Call of Duty and stuff. They're like, yeah, because I play FIFA, but not like that, innit?
Yeah.
So I just normally play it if I got friends around, but more time I just give it to my brethren and stuff, you know what I mean? So...
Yeah.
But yeah, the best free stuff is them Xboxes still.
Yeah, it's not bad, you know.
I got some Bose headphones as well still.
Really? Some Bose headphones, yeah?
The noise cancelling ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gassed.
Okay.
Yeah.
They come in a really nice box as well, don't they?
Yeah, I was so gassed.
When you open those, it's like an event, you know.
They're the the noise cancelling ones when you go on a plane and the
Can't
business
hear
guy.
nothing.
Yeah. The business guy takes them out. You're like, oh, bro, look at those headphones in the case. Yeah. And there's me with my Beats. Thinking I'm cool. I'm down with the kids. Like, yeah. The footballers got these though.
All right, before you get out of it, we're going to play a game.
Yes.
K-Curd, it was Curd or Turd, yeah?
Okay.
So we got facts about Curd and Freedom at him. We're going to play a similar version with you where we're going to get facts about the name Mo or things that are called Mo. You're going to have to guess whether they are actually true or false. Or Mo, no. Or Mo, no, as we're going to call the game. Mo, no. There you go,
I told you, bro. Mono show. And then the Mono show. Never seen, never heard. What's the word? Mo or no? Mo or no? Welcome to the Mono show. It just happens, innit? When you listen to Garage and Grime, innit? Like.
Oh, man. So, we're going to run by fact. Facts by facts we're going to throw at you, and you just have to let us know whether they're true or false. We have got some sound effects which come from your stand-up now, so if it's true, we're going to give you this. If it's false, we're going to give you...
No.
Okay.
What was that one? The no one? No. That's it.
We can change them. We can have different ones.
That's it. That's cool,
all right,
man.
Cool.
That's
so if you think it's true, it's going to be... If you think it's false, you're going to say...
No. Yeah, I like that. That was good still.
Right.
You look mad impressive yourself. Yeah, that's good still. That's good.
So number one. Momo is a type of dumpling. Momo is a South African Asian dumpling popular across the Indian subcontinent and the Himalayan regions of the border of South Asia. Momo is steamed with some form of filling. Is this Mo or is this no?
I'm going to say no.
It's true, bruv.
It's true.
Cool. That was a little warm-up one, right?
Oh, okay, that's true.
All right, cool. Also, your name Mo is the name of an evil spirit that takes cash bribes. What is Mo short for, by the way?
My full name's Mosiah.
Mosiah. Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
wicked. Nice to know. Right. So you also share the name with the evil spirit that takes cash bribes. According to Chinese tradition, Mogwai, shortened to Mo, there's certain type of demon that inflicts harm on humans. They're said to reproduce when it's raining. That's their mating season. So if it's raining outside, the Mo demons are going at it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is that Mo or no?
Nah, I don't think that's true. I get mad competitive with this stuff still.
All right, well, we'll ask you a few. You've still got a chance to win, I reckon.
Cool.
Right
Okay.
now, you got no points. It's 2 points on the house. All right, so I'm going to show you some pictures of somebody. This person's called Monique Jones. Now, before you answer this question, because this is a podcast, people aren't going to be able to see what you're seeing. I'd like you to describe the images that have come up in front of you. This is an athlete. What do you think of that?
Yes, Monique is hench. She will punch guys up, boy. Okay. Monique's got muscles. I don't even have muscles. I don't even have muscles in the places that Monique's got them. You know that muscle you get on your shoulder, that bit there? The
traps.
What's his name? Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar's
Lesnar.
traps.
That muscle there.
she's got Brock Lesnar.
There you go. And that's
Okay.
her back end as well. There you go. Right. Most like I'm trying not to say
So
anything.
basically, Monique is a bodybuilder.
She's like the WWE Glory Days. She's that hench.
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah.
She looks like that, but she's a
Okay.
professional bodybuilder and she weighs 86 kilograms when she's in shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big.
Okay.
So is she a real Mo, Monique Jones, or is she a no? Did I make that up or is that the truth?
Monique Jones sounds like she looks like a Monique still.
Wow. Shout out to all the Moniques out there if they see that. What are you trying to say, man?
She looks like a I'm gonna say that's true.
You're on, right? You won. You got that right. That's true. That's true. That's Mo.
All right, sick. Yeah.
Right, we'll give you one more. If you get this one, we'll let you win. Mo from The Simpsons was originally controversial because they spelt his name with an E, and traditionally Mo is spelt M-O without an E. There was a petition formed to get the name changed from M-O-E to Mo, but it was unsuccessful because Matt Groening basically said, fuck off. Not interested. Is that Mo or no?
I think that's false.
There you go, bro. Yeah, you're right.
Is it false? Okay.
2 points for the house, 2 points for you. You know, I'll give you one more. If you get this right, you've won, all right?
All right, go on.
Right. There's a little town in Florida that came up during the Great Depression, right? The story goes that in this town's general store, 2 lads came in on errands for their mum, regularly trading 2 eggs for a packet of sugar. Locals began referring to the place as the Mo Egg Store, shortening the word to Mo eventually. So this town is called Mo Eggs because everybody likes to get egg from one store, and it's in Florida.
I think that's true.
No. Sorry, bruv. It's actually called 2 Eggs in Florida. There we go. And that is how
like
you...
a good story, though. You sold that one to me, though.
I was just saying words.
I thought, yeah, I know.
Did you know?
But you're reading it like, this sounds like real facts.
Yeah. Well, you done better than K-Kerr because K-Kerr got none right whatsoever.
None right?
Yeah, he never got any of the turds.
So how many I got 3, right?
You got 2 right.
I got 2.
Yeah, tried it, though.
I thought I'd try it still.
All right, cool. And that was Mo or No. But thank you very much for coming on the show today, bruv.
Nah, thanks for having me, man.
And Momentum,
fun,
like, bruv, such a sick comedy, man. So, like, I
Yeah.
really, honestly...
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you so much,
yeah,
man.
congratulations.
No, it means a lot, man. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to do something that is like, obviously, like my stand-up, but also like something that's like a British export that people can watch here and be proud of, but people across the pond can watch and be like, understand what our culture is, and hopefully I've just portrayed it well. Do you see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
What's next for you, though? That's. I don't want to spoil your moment right now because really you should just be enjoying, people from Massachusetts.
I guess now it's like there's a few other projects and stuff. Like it's not even like I can't tell you, but I won't want to say this is next and it doesn't come to like fruition, doesn't happen. So I guess for me at the moment it's just like kind of doing what I'm doing now, but like sustaining it. Do you know what I mean? Like the TV show and stuff was cool and the Netflix thing was great, but you want to keep doing that for like the next couple of years. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's very important now. Is just like to keep doing that, keep like inspiring a lot of young people to like I know it sounds like corny, but like to follow your dreams. But it's just like that's kind of what I've just done, just kept doing it. So hopefully that's like the plan, really, of just doing what I'm doing now. So like I guess if you're looking at it like, all right, I want to maybe get into that or this, like you can do it. Do you know what I mean? I never had like I don't ever feel like I got a big cosign from someone that allowed me to do this stuff. It was just like got this audience, kept putting out stuff, done a tour, and then got like the TV stuff, and that all kind of came afterwards. But it just means you just have to just keep going, innit?
Yeah. What's the one thing that you think you'll always be doing though? Like what will be consistent?
I'd always be doing stand up.
Yeah.
I love stand up.
Yes.
Like I just like there's nothing better than going on stage, getting that live reaction. Like it's just like even now it's harder than ever because I'm more known. So people are sitting there like, yo, blood, you better be funny, cuz.
Yeah.
like my girlfriend bought these tickets. I don't know you, but you better be funny, innit? Yeah. So that's an added pressure now. But that's the good thing that I like, is that it comes with that pressure. So yeah, live comedy, you can't beat that, man.
Wicked,
you know what I mean?
wicked.
So yeah.
All right, cool. Right, before you bounce, where should we go to find out all about your live shows?
Live shows will always be like Instagram is most probably like you'll always get it first, Instagram, Twitter. But then the website mogilligan.com or .co.uk. So
it's all a little photo shoot you had for it as well.
Yeah.
You're doing mad staring over the cameraman's shoulder into the distance. all different types of contemplation in those pictures.
I was mad about that photo shoot because I was like, we got stylists and and there's some of the clothes they had. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna wear that, So I just had a couple jumpers. I came back from holiday, I think, the day before, and I just had a couple jumpers, and we just made it work. And the photographer just done a job where it just looks a bit rustic and like
it looks sick.
A bit artistic as well.
Yeah, you do look like there's a lot of philosophical thoughts in your head.
Yeah. I mean, there's one where I'm like that.
yeah, that one. I know what you're thinking. So what if all the air this? Oh, sick. Oh, man. Right, anyway, we'll let you go, Mo. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Nah, no problem. It's been How to Kill an Hour. You can follow us on all of our socials, which are at How to Kill an Hour. We've literally got to stop recording now. But yeah, make sure you hit subscribe, tell a friend about the show. Bless.
Peace.